All right. Let's get things going. Let's get things started, shall we? We got another season on our hands, folks. Yes, sir, we do. Season 2 should be a fun time here. Let me know how the mic sound, volume levels are, stuff like that. Trying out a few automated stuff, both now and also some other stuff during the season once we kick off on the channel here. But hopefully we got a fun-filled season ahead. Certainly the biggest one we have held yet. We've just been going up to the moon, if you will. Oh, man. All right, but some of you guys are new. Some of you guys are not new. I guess you kind of know who you are. But we'll be going through a couple things here. So it's sort of an intro plus a pool draw, all that fun stuff. So this is going to be sort of an informative stream. We're going to go through stuff with the Discord, stuff with the format of the season, timeline, that kind of stuff. A few updates, feedback sections as well, along with obviously the pool draw to see where you guys will be sitting and who you guys will be going up against. If you're playing the Titans, or if you're playing some lesser teams. We'll just leave it at that. But as always, again, 96 teams, going to be fun. Going to be a good variety of teams in this season here. Let's see. Sorry, I got my notes up here on the side. First off, we'll kind of start over with the dates a little bit here for the season. Main thing being that this season is going to be starting officially tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 1 of the season. Seasons will go from basically sort of each week. So Sunday is technically the first day of the week. Saturday will be marked as the last day of the week. We go through 4 weeks of groups, followed by 2 weeks of playoffs, 2 weeks in 1 day if you want to get real technical with that. But after that, and then we kind of wrap things up, take a little bit of a break, start season 3. But that's the basic timeline. We'll go into a little bit more detail later on. But just so you guys are all aware, the season is technically starting tomorrow. On top of that, we do have a couple sponsors this season as well. We'll kind of open that up to try and allow some more inflow of funds so we can do some fun stuff here, mainly for the streaming and casting, sort of a little bit more of the outward appearance for you guys to make it a little bit more fun looking. Obviously, I'd say we've been running it, the structure, the general feel of the league, not going to be changing too much from what we've been doing over the course of a couple years now. But that being said, this season the title sponsor is Equip Gaming. They are the season 2 full kind of top tier sponsors here. Kind of got the name of the stream title here. Could be a fun group over there. They also got a couple teams in the season as well. Going to be hoping to see them do well. But after that, streams, we got Slain Gaming stepping up to the plate. Most of the XP streams will be brought to you by them, either with me, some other casters that will hop on board here. Our stat sponsor, currently, if you are interested, that spot is open. Open up a ticket in the Discord if you're interested in that. We can talk to more about that. And then our kind of basic partners, we got Outbreak Gaming and Verify Gaming as well on board for the season 2. A couple partner spots also open as well. Again, open a Discord ticket if you want. Kind of see their logos on the stream, a few other fun things here and there, advertisements and such like that. If you are so inclined and feel like that's something that may benefit you, or you want to chip in again with the XP League, as at this point, a couple people heard me say it around the season, but it's mainly a community league for the most part. We kind of provide structure a little bit. We have the format, but in terms of the participation, keeping things rolling and being smooth and stuff, that's all on you guys. You guys enter, you guys give us feedback, and we just kind of roll with that. So that's kind of that bit out of the way. We'll go through a couple polls here just to kind of get things in your minds here a little bit. Kind of pick your brains. I'll also do this. We'll go into the Discord real quick. We'll stick on this channel. So currently right now, if you look at our schedule, our Super Saturday, if you will, is going to be 4 rounds starting at 8 p.m. EST. Traditionally, we have done this at 3, but because we're doing so many teams and we kind of moved up the playoffs bracket, it really comes down to we need to fit in a 4th round somewhere. So that either goes here or we added a long day on Sunday. So I don't know what your guys' opinions are on that. You feel free to let us know either in Discord or in the chat here on Twitch what you guys are liking. But again, both days are an 8 p.m. start. It's just a matter of which one do you want to be the real grueler, the real long night. The losers run from start to finish, you know, get those reps in, or if you want the Sunday to be a little bit longer here. You guys can let us know on that front. Currently, unless we really hear otherwise right now, it is going to be this schedule here. So if you make it to Saturday, if you're one of those teams who are planning on making it the distance, we're making Saturday the big busy night. You know, this is the one that can go to 11, 12, even into the early morning on Sunday. But so be aware for those teams. All right. This is kind of the main plan again, unless we hear major feedback elsewhere, and certainly for those teams who reach Saturday and go, wait a minute, there's games today. I mean, it's here every season, but we're airing it out a little bit more publicly now, I guess. But Sundays traditionally have been the top 4, though again, based on feedback, maybe top 6. But this is the format that I like, that I think is good. But that's up to you guys on that front. So we're looking like Saturdays are going to be the grueler, and Sunday for the top 4. Top 4 Sundays, top 12, 16, something like thereabouts. Saturday. Just chill. I'm going to hold you guys to that, all right? I'm posting this VOD. I'm holding this to you guys, all right? This was your time to speak up. We'll get this out of the way. So we've kind of covered that. Aside from that, let's see. Veto update. That's right. It's sort of a lesser issue, but I know we have had some issues with teams not responding for vetoes and such like that. So that I've generally factored that in with the match timer as well, but we're going to have an official rule this season for that bit here. For those of you who don't like to respond, beware. Certainly speeds up the process to get those forfeits out of the way if a team is unresponsive for the full time period. Basically what we're going to be doing is you guys kind of need to start vetoes and kind of get those out of the way before your official match time. We'll go over what factors in as an official match time in a little bit. Again, those of you who have been around the season, you kind of know what's coming for that, the official map time of what we consider that to be. But basically, submit a ticket if you have an issue, and you know, with the proof and stuff like that. Same thing with just like trying to forfeit a team for not showing up with the ticket system. Do it also with the vetoes so that we can kind of get those out of the way. But basically, if a team is unresponsive, we as the league and admins have the right to allow the team who has theoretically shown up and has been active and engaging in vetoes, or the attempt of vetoes, we do reserve the right to give them the ability to pick all maps. That won't change any of the hosts. That won't change anything in terms of the actual format of it. It just more or less, we're just giving them full control over the map picks, and the rest of the series kind of plays out as is under the vetoes and host rules and sides and all that. I posted a thing in Discord. No one really had anything to say other than my initial picks, so that's kind of what we're rolling with now. Again, unless there's any other feedback on that bit, we're kind of rolling in with that here. I can actually, I'll just pull this up here for you as well. This is kind of what I'm talking about, this right here. It's in the rule set, but I just kind of pulled the quote here. This is kind of what we're looking at for the new veto update. Aside from that, gunfighter, we are going to be allowing that mainly because, as far as I can tell, it's technically in, like on a couple of GA lists and such like that. I've seen it as listed as in. COD Agent doesn't have it listed as banned at all. Zuma, I think, is I forget if the Zuma's 8s or whatever had it listed as banned, or if it was like with no mags. Blue Tea or whatever the EU guy is also has it listed as no mags, but allowed technically, it seems. I think CRL allows it in with no mags or something like that too. So as far as I can tell, for the most part, it's kind of considered in, even though maybe teams don't want to use it or something like that. I don't really know, but unless I can get an official list of something different, it is going to be in this season technically, but just no magazines if you use that attachment. I'm not banning any pistol attachments because I'm gonna be honest with you, the rule set's getting too long as is. It's a pistol. I don't really see too much reason other than the standard, no lasers, no auto stuff like that. That's kind of whatever it is. That's up to you guys to figure it out. Same thing. This isn't changed, but just a reminder: you guys can agree to more specific or different, newer GAs, rule sets, stuff like that. XP as a league won't always enforce them, but that is something that is technically possible between you teams. It's basically like challengers, or the CDL. The CDL has its own first set of rules, and the pros kind of agree under the table their own set of rules. So that's, we're trying to follow GAs as much as possible, but honestly, there's only so much that I can deal with. Same thing with like the stair glitching and snaking, stuff like that. Pros aren't even doing the snaking J's, it seems, anyway. So, there's certain stuff like that where we can't really always be on the same page as that. But again, this is an option. Aside from that, for any teams that want to refund or stuff like that, we don't really do refunds once the season starts. Very specific scenarios we may do it. But if you wanted to withdraw, you wanted a refund, now's the time. Otherwise, you're kind of locked in or kind of looking for a buyer of your own. Obviously, if you have an issue with the team, stuff like that, let us know. We can work with you as best we can. But just know, for the general purpose of things, just sort of the blanket statement, once we get the season going, you're in. We can discuss options, stuff like that, but just be forewarned. Also, keep in mind that the player technically owns the spot, whoever paid as well, if there's an issue with that. Put that there again. And then the last thing would be eights. Eights. We are looking to do eights, as my announcement sort of half said. Looking to implement them right now. I have a guy who looks like he may be able to do them for us. The main thing is just kind of how you guys want those formatted. If you guys want it as a best of 1 series for eights, a best of 3 series for eights. If you guys want it as a preset, or if you want to do like vetoes or something like that for it. I'm kind of leaning towards sort of like a best of 3, do like pre-selected maps or something like that, or randomized maps or something like that. I don't really know. And if you would want those to be mixed, or if you want to do like a hardpoint and S&D, kind of separate channels for those or whatever, so you can do a hardpoint 8s or S&D 8s, or if you want to do a mixed 8s, maybe. I don't really know. Some of your thoughts on that, though. Let us know the thoughts, and we can look into that. But that's certainly what we're leaning towards right now. Appreciate the sub as well. Certainly helps out the league, stuff like that. F5 Esports going big. Let me go back over here. So we are looking to get 8s, a little bit more excited. Again, let us know your thoughts right now. Again, I'm kind of leaning towards best of 3 sort of randomized preset maps. Probably do like 1 hardpoint and 1 S&D. I'm assuming, but that's, again, unless you have any different thoughts, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Certainly with the amount of people that we have in the Discord, it hasn't been popping. I understand that. It's been more of a league-centered Discord and less of a community thing, but I do kind of want to build it up. And again, with all the people that we have, I feel like it would be a great resource for people. And such like that, especially with all your 8s posts. I want to set it up for maybe scrims too. I don't really know. It sounds like the guy that I was talking to doesn't really know how that works yet. So maybe let us know if the 8s pop off, then we'll kind of look into maybe doing some other things. But that's what we're doing. With that being said, we'll go through the structure of the league in a little bit. But I think I've held off long enough on the main thing that most teams are going to be looking for here. Again, stick around afterwards. We'll go through the actual league sheet here, this whole bit, along with the Discord structure for you too. But we'll go into the pool draw here, so that way we settle all of your ADHDness probably. I know we got a couple teams in here as well already. We've got F5 obviously with the sub, a couple follows here as well. We got Above All with French there, a session, a few other fun teams in here. But we'll get started. But we have we're going to be kind of going from one group to the other. So we're going to go from Group A to Group. We spin the wheel, go to Group A. Spin the wheel, go to Group B. Spin the wheel, go to Group C, etc., etc. I think we have 12 groups this season. I think the last 4, technically the last one will be Group H, the last slot, where these last 4 I think are kind of, or last 3, I don't know, I forget, it's 4 or 3 right now are pending right now, as we're waiting for payments from a couple of waitlist teams, but we'll get those filled. We do have the teams for 96 teams. We're just finalizing those ones as well. But if you want to join the waitlist, you can. Though right now we are like 10 teams into the waitlist, so keep noties on for season 3, I guess, at this point, if any teams are interested in get in. But with that, further ado, we'll give a quick moment here, let you know, give you guys guessing who's going to be Team 1. Who's going Group A all the way at the top? Who's going to be the first drawn? And maybe even who do you not want to get drawn with as well? I don't know. We'll spin the wheel. 3, 2, 1, off we go. First team, Old Family Esports. Chuck those in, all right, go those guys in right there. Actually, we're gonna do this one. There, that's a little bit better. Chill org over there, fun times. They held a couple events which I was able to cast. I forget if I produced. I don't remember, but they're chill over there. I'm hoping they do well. Be a shame to see them get ran through, but we'll see. We'll see. I forget their squad, to be honest with you, but I think their solid squad, from what I've seen, has been fairly good, but I don't know who they put in for this season. Next team is going to be Heavy Hitters. They've been pretty okay. They certainly have been around XP for a while, so I know they know what's up. I think they are kind of like off and on team. They kind of join a season, don't join a season, join a season, don't join a season, but they're a fun one to have. 144 Gaming coming off of the top 6, I want to say, from last season. There they go into Group C. It was top 6 or top... No, it was top 6, I believe. Top 6. If I'm not mistaken, for 144 Gaming. I don't know which one. They have 2 squads. I don't know which one it is, but hopefully looking to make that next leap into Champ Sunday. But we'll see. As always, there's some tough teams in here, but if you got a good bracket, you have a solid squad, you do the fundamentals, you could go the distance. Noisy Esports, a returning team from last season, making their debut last season as well. We'll see how they do. They have 2 teams in here this season. They had 2 teams in last season, so we'll see. Unfortunately for them, they got faced with SGP Syndicate for both their squads in playoffs. SGP knocked both of their teams out, so hopefully for them, they don't want that bracket again. They don't want to see them again up until the top 4, up until Champ Sunday. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't get like squad wiped by a single squad again. Requiem going in here as well. I think they're a newer squad. I don't know the players, but in terms of the team, I don't really recognize it. But they were an earlier sign-up, so we'll see how they do. And here we go. The first of many unarmed gaming squads in here as well. They get slotted in there. Don't ask me which the roster is. They got like 3 or 4 in here, and I don't remember who's on what. Good thing we have a list that'll have them listed. Here we go. Here's the other squad, Noisy GG. Oh, and the other thing I will mention for those of you who have multiple teams under the same org, if we do spin the wheel and they get put in the same group, we will move on to the next group for that team, just because we don't have multiple teams under the same org being in the same group. We just don't really do that for some sense. I don't know. That's kind of what we've been doing for a while. I don't know if that really matters nowadays, but it's more of a precaution on that front. Equip U18 getting tossed in there. We got a couple U18 squads. We're going to see how they fare. Certainly last season, the last 2 U18s were big. Actually, we're going to turn that off. Last two U18 teams was Unreal and SGP Academy. Those 2 U18 squads went at it in Champs Grand Finals, actually. So we'll see how the other U18 teams fare. We'll see if they have the same kind of momentum heading into here as they did. WBZ Bound getting tossed there into Group I. A returning org from last season. I believe also mostly a returning team as well. I don't remember how they fared last season, though. Synergy Black getting tossed into Group J here. I believe they did make a small run in playoffs last season, so glad to see them back, and well, we'll see if they can repeat, if not improve, from their last outing here in XP. Next, Classified Gaming. We'll just chuck them in here in Group K. And then the last one for the first round of picks here. Leading Group L is Above All. Another top 16, I believe. I think it was them and not Unreal. What's the other one? 144. I believe it was those two that got top 6 last season. So we'll see how they fare. Certainly an impressive showing last season. So we'll see if they can do that again or if it was a fluke. We'll see if it was the luck of the draw, lucky bracket over there for Above All, or if they really got the hot hands to go all the way. Amplify Pittsburgh as well, getting tossed into Group A as we start off our next set of picks. Yeah. You got a Passion & Co. Yep, they got top 4 last season. Top 4. A big showing from them. I don't know if they've really gotten that top 4 before. I know they've been up there in terms of XP. They certainly have an impressive showing. They always go the distance, usually. But it was exciting to see them finally have a Champ Sunday. I think it's their first Champ Sunday. Again, they've gone the distance, but I don't think they've made Champ Sunday until last season. But they are a scary, scary squad, indeed. Got Atlas in Group B, Remorse in Group C. Last season, kind of a somewhat of a disappointing showing from Remorse. Not gonna lie. Hopefully they can step it up here in Season 2. Overtake. Getting tossed in here into Group D. Apollo Esports. There we go. That's the top 3 squad from last season. Looked at Twitter a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be the same squad, but still, they're scary. They are going to be a team to watch. They got like top 6 or top 8 back in Modern Warfare 3. They got a top 3 last season. They are a scary squad. I do not envy the teams who get put with them. Although a team that I didn't mind being in the same group as would be maybe Division 0. I kid. I don't really remember their roster. I think it's probably solid though, but I don't know exactly who their squad is. Grand Rapids Ice getting tossed in here into Group G. Didn't quite make playoffs last season. We'll see what they can do this season. I think it's a new squad as well represent. I don't think they've had the same squad represent their org yet, but maybe the new squad will show hope. And here we go. Omit Brooklyn Academy. This is going to be the team that most teams are probably going to be pretty scared of. Them replacing the SGP Academy. It's same roster, just different brand, I believe, for that team now. But this is basically your champs. The orgs won XP a couple times, I believe. Once or twice. Twice, I believe. The squad itself has multiple champions on that squad. Talking 2 times. I think maybe 3 times as well. So that one's a scary one. Certainly probably your favorites, if not one of your favorites. Tempted Esports Black and tossed into Group I. They have a solid squad. I don't know if it's this one or the other one that is the one that I really like, but unless they won a fairways last season, excited to see them go again. KDOZ getting tossed into Group J. I believe that's Zarin and Co. or something like that. Don't know how good they are, but hopefully they have fun. 7DS Bears getting tossed into your Group K. All right, we got Above All, and who else is going to be joining them? Bash Esports going into Group L. I think those ones are a newer team, newer name for me at least. But now we go again. Top of Group A, or I guess number 3 spot in Group A, I should say. Infurious. Infurious? I don't know, something like that. They're getting tossed there into Group A, though. Maybe I should turn this down. I don't know. You guys let me know how the audio is. I don't know if it's clipping or not, or how much it's clipping. Don't really know. Cranium GG. They've been around the last couple seasons. I don't think they've gone a huge distance, but they've certainly been making some teams fight for sure, I think. We'll see how they do this season again. The groups, it's 8 teams per group, so we'll see who else they get fitted into, but they've been making playoffs, though I wouldn't say comfortably. Unarmed Gaming Red getting tossed in there into Group C. And in Group D could have been Records. Don't know exactly what they're referring to. I don't know if that's a player or what, but could have been. Could have been. It could have been a playoff run. There we go. Onyx 07 can toss in there into Group E. Next up is going to be, there we go, Tricksters. I know you were here. Don't know if you still remain, but there you go. You have your spot in Group F. Don't know if you're liking that or not. Of course, still good ways to go. Endeavor, another returning team. I think they skipped out the last season or 2, but they're back. Maybe they're going for gold. Reaching the peak here. They only have 1 squad in this season, though, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. See how it goes. Team Esoteric getting slotted in there into Group H. That is not a fun group to be in, but we'll see how they fare. Shine in MW2. Still looking for that type of performance in the newer titles. And A Shooters getting tossed there into Group I. And in Group J. There we go. Amplify Philly. Moving on. What do we got? We got Shooters Only. Getting tossed there into Group K. I know at some point I'm going to mess this up. Someone's got to let me know when I skip a group or miss something. I always do it. Every pool draw. If we had the VODs for them, you'd be able to look back and see it. Here we go. 144 Gaming Black. Getting tossed there into Group L. That's both of the 144 teams pulled and slotted in. Ready to lock and load. Here we go. Fanatical White. I think the first of a couple of those as well. Can toss there into Group A. Up next, going into Group B, slotted in the number 3 spot. Sin Gaming. This season not as ambitious. Only got 1 team in this season. They said after last season, only 1 team they're putting in here. Last season was a test run. Oh, now they're just left with 1. Cerberus Esports. Can toss in here into the pile of Group C. We just keep on spinning. What is this? Group C gets Equip Gaming. No, not Equip. No, Equip goes in Group D. There we go. See, I almost did it. Almost messed it up. Season sponsors there. That's looking like an okay pool, probably. There's no one outstanding to me aside from maybe Noisy Esports. Again, I don't really know these other squads here, but Noisy Esports is probably okay, but we'll see how they fare there. Outbreak Gaming Blue going into Group E. One of two squads from them getting slotted in here. Zoned Out Gaming Purple making a return. They got points on the board last season. They were on the redemption arc. We'll see if they keep on sailing. They went from dead last to sort of a mid-pack team on the XP historical leaderboards. We'll see if they can keep that momentum. Meanwhile, Group G, No Style Esports getting slotted in there into Group G. That squad's a pretty solid squad. That one's, I believe, Hunter, Riz, a few other people, something like that. I don't know if that's the exact squad anymore, but it's something like that. Historically, have been pretty good. There's some fun games to see. That's for sure. Mavsin Red getting tossed into Group H. Sorry, just looking into my docs and such like that real quick. All right, Unarmed Gaming White. They get tossed over here into Group I. And we move on. We move on. All right. Ranked play kid. Whoops. There we go. Ranked play kids. Getting tossed into your Group J, I believe. Yes. Hard to believe we've almost only gone through half the teams that we have. We're almost halfway through. This is certainly the biggest season we've had so far. And it's crazy, man. It is crazy. Usually we'd be almost done by now. Because we used to do 64 for a couple seasons. Can't quite double it, but it's certainly up there. Diversity getting tossed in there, Group L. And we'll do a little bit of a mid-pick check here. How are we feeling about the groups? Are any of you guys? How are these forming up? Are we seeing some pools of death forming, or are we playing it safe for some of these teams? You know, how are we doing? I don't know. Certainly for me, again, the scary one for me currently is going to be this one, Brooklyn Academy. This one's a scary group, mainly with Brooklyn Academy in there. Esoteric, again, has had potential. Haven't really quite gotten to that final form that I've seen them at before, but we'll see. We'll see. That group looking pretty all right. And then whatever Apollo got tossed into is probably not a fun one. At least with those two teams when you play them, I'd say. Maybe not necessarily as a whole, but certainly going to be a struggle if you want to be number one coming out of those pools. But we move on to the second half. Well, that's going to be a problem. Anyway, one, otherwise known as 001, is going to be there in Group A. That may be a problem. I may need to, we may need to change how that's written at some point. I don't know if that messes things up. We'll see. Anyway, moving on. Group B, Glue Eaters. Glue Eaters, they're not Glue Eaters. Glue Eaters. There we go. Glue Eaters. Get tossed in there. Group B. And then we're going on Group C, Group C, Group C. What do we got? We got not Reactor. We got WNDR. Okay, toss into Group C. Apostrophe. Okay, there we go. Oh. I didn't. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you very much. That certainly helps things out. Now I've lost where I was. Huh, interesting. I should note that for some other things that I do. Which may be some other things that I do with the sheet. Where was I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Flow. Getting tossed there into Group D. We're just going to go with the flow here. Chill group so far, I think, over there. Of course, I know for half these groups, I'm going to be completely wrong saying an easy group and just have, like, the best teams that make the playoff runs for some reason all stacked in one group. That's just my luck. It's always the opposite of what I say. Anyway, Houston Academy Red getting tossed there into Group E. They are a solid squad. I think they got like top 16 or something thereabouts last season. I want to say top 24. And again, last season we had 88 teams, so I mean that's better than half the squads if you make it that far. Ozempic and friends, lovely friends over there, getting tossed in Group F. Group F they go. Welcome to anyone just tuning in. We're just going through the pool draw. We went through a couple community stuff in the beginning. I'll be posting the VOD here. Maybe not here, but on YouTube probably for this season because we're actually doing it on the XP channel. We're not doing it on my channel this season. No. We're doing it on the XP one. So we post the VODs probably for this one. But stay tuned as well. Again, we have the overview of how the league operates and what you're expected to do, along with the general kind of overview of what to be looking for throughout the season as well, coming up here after this as well. So that's gonna be important for you guys, because otherwise I would just be like, we had the intro, I told you, we have the video, so I'd pay attention to that. At least, again, like I said, if you're a newer team, something more important than to you than the returning older teams who have been around the scene, who kind of been around XP, same old. I'm gonna be honest with you, nothing's changed if you're a vet. But here we go. Ren Rebellion getting tossed in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trust me, you don't want me as an English teacher. I am horrible at English. It's the only language I know, but sometimes it feels like barely. Trust me, you'll when you see my announcements and you see my egregious spelling mistakes, you're gonna understand. Anyway, Reactor 9. Where do you get tossed into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. You get tossed into Group E, or Group K. Sorry, I'm blind. See, again, you don't want me as an English teacher, or apparently a math teacher, or any teacher, actually, at all. Anyway, here we go. Outbreak Gaming getting tossed in here as the number 5 spot into Group L as we reset a little bit. We move back up over into Group A. Outbreak Game. I think this is their main squad with Zeno and a few other people. One of them I teamed with in CRL. If they do well, maybe Trig comes out of retirement. Maybe Trig starts playing some cups, because if he does well, maybe it's time. Maybe there's still hope for me. Maybe there's not a reason why I run leagues and not play the game. Maybe. Anyway, here we go. Attempted Esports. I think it's their main squad. The one I made quite a run. I think they got top 8, top 12, I want to say. I really want to say there. Maybe it was top 16. I don't remember. But I think it was the team that had potential. Getting tossed there into Group B in the number 6 spot. 6 spot. There they go. And then moving on, we got Phantom Chaos. Hopefully going to be stirring some chaos over here into Group C, making a name for themselves. We'll see. We'll see what they get done. We'll see what they get done, what they can do. And here we go, Torn Old Heads. I saw their intro video. I think there were some bots, literal bots in there they were shooting. We'll see how they do. I'll leave it at that. We'll see how they do. We'll see. Anyway, moving on. Fanatical Black. Moving on. Wait, just want to make sure that... Yeah, that one's good. Nah, they're chilling. Listen, I play. I kid, man. Anyway, Blitzkrieg, Battalion, Brigade. That one's a mouthful. Good luck. You're in Group G. Here we go. Ren Gaming. Getting tossed over here into Group H. Missed Group F. Well, don't worry. We're still going. Well, they have an actual squad, okay? They have their fun squad, I think, and then they have a real squad. So. But again, based on the intro video that I saw, if they beat you, good luck. Again, I'm kidding. I'm having fun, but I'm chilling. Ultimately, it really comes down to the end of the day. You go to the field, you come to play, you come to win. Best team wins. At the end of the day, at least, it doesn't really matter what I say. Anyway, oh, sorry. You know what? It wasn't No Style Esports. It was Skyfox Studios, or No Style. Sorry, Skyfox is the one with Riz and Co. or Hunter and Co. or whatever. I believe it's one of those two. I think it's this one. I was mistaken by my earlier statement. For that, I apologize. Nonetheless, still a solid squad. I think they missed out last season. A little disappointed. They've been somewhat of a staple as well in some regard here. But that one is going to be a probably contender on that group in my mind. Anyway, F5 Esports. Getting tossed into Group K. We'll see how they do. Old Head's taking it all. We'll see. Yeah, a session has yet to been pulled. They have been evading that thus far. Eco Squad finishing out this round of picks, getting tossed into Group L. And now we sort of draw closer and closer to the end here. I don't know how teams are feeling, especially for teams like a session. I don't know, like as these groups are forming, they're almost done now. Is there a group do you want to be put in, a group you want to avoid at this point for those of you who are at the tail end of the draw here, you know? I don't know. I don't know what ones are looking scary yet. Eclipse G getting tossed into Group A, though. It doesn't matter because you're taking it all. That's why. That's why it doesn't matter. Isn't that right? Group K. Oh, did I miss Group F? You're right, I did. Here, we'll toss them right here. Look at that. KK Black. That one's a scary name to say, I'm not going to lie. That one's a scary name to say. Alright, moving on. Now we've righted our wrong. But now I understand what whoever Invasion was saying. I thought he was referring to I thought he was referring to seeing the group. I understand that you meant I missed it. See, this is what I said. This would happen though. I said it was gonna happen. All right. It's not like it's a shock to everyone. All right. Anyway, Green Bay Goblins getting tossed in there into Group B. Galaxy Academy getting tossed in here into Group C. I believe there's an earlier question about which team, which was the roster for Galaxy Academy. I think it was quite frankly, literally their U18 Academy squad. It's not like a a secondary squad. I believe this one's literally a U18 team. I think I could be wrong about that. I really could be, but I was pretty sure with that. Slain Academy. I can't remember if that one's also the U18 squad too. I really don't know. But I think Galaxy and Slain both have U18 teams. I think this season actually we have quite a few U18 teams. It's going to be very interesting because last season I don't think we had many. I think we really had 2, maybe like 3. And then we go. We got the main squad for Slain, I guess, getting tossed in here. Womp getting tossed in here into Group F. I'm not missing any, right? No, I'm not. Okay, here we go. Moving on. Group G. Group G. So close. There we go. Outgoing Esports Black. Let's not skip group this time, shall we? Thank you. I mean, they only have one squad. I don't know why we need to add the black at the end, but you do you, man. You do you. Synergy White. Getting tossed into Group H. And closing in on the end here. Closing in on the end indeed. Lucid Empire. They will be tossed in here into Group I. Here we go. Panthers Esports Club. I believe this is a Latin American team. Don't get too many of those around here. I think we had one. What was it? Joker-kun or something like that. One season, I think we had him here. But I don't know what that squad is. Maybe they're the next up Latin American team. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't really know. There we go. Session Esports. Getting tossed into Group K. Yeah, it only took an hour for you, but again, there's a lot of teams. There is a lot of teams to go through, my friend. 96. We got KK Purple here, getting tossed in here into Group L to close that group out. All right, now we move up, and we're in our last wave of picks. Again, we're not going to complete it fully because we're waiting on a couple waitlist teams to respond. But we can get it pretty much done, pretty much there. We should get it all sorted by tomorrow at the latest, if not Monday. For the last teams, for those of you in the last 3 or 4 groups. But don't worry, you'll still have teams, you'll still have games to play. Anyway, Verify Gaming. They're chilling. They're chill org over there. A little bit of roster mania going on already. Preseason stuff. At least it hasn't even started, and they're already going through roster changes. But they're getting tossed into Group B. We'll see how they fare. Prowess White. Yeah, we're up there. Certainly most consistent, that's for sure. Again, we went from like 48 to 32 back in like Vanguard Cold War era. And then Modern Warfare 2, we went up to 64 teams. So this season and last season, we've bumped that up to 88, and this season 96 is the cap. 96 is going to be the absolute cap. I'm going to be honest with you. Unless the staff, this season actually the staff is looking great and incredible team that we have going on. But we'll see if we can keep things up. If they can feel confident, maybe we bump it up if we have the potential. But I don't know. The next step would be 124, I believe, if we went up. Though that also messes up with the timeline with playoffs. Then we'd probably do a 3-week playoff or something like that instead of the 2 weeks that I like. I think 2 weeks is a pretty good sweet spot, in my opinion, to try and do. 3 weeks is a little much, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, Unreal Nightmare Academy, a scary squad, getting tossed in there into Group F. Again, I don't think we've double booked orgs in these. I believe. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. In that case, we'll shuffle a little bit as needed, but for the most part, we should be good, I believe. In Control, getting tossed into Group G, a returning org. If I remember correctly, they've been around for a while, but not really in XP, so... Are they returning org? Actually, no, I don't think they're returning org. I've seen them in the scene, but they just haven't played XP for whatever reason. I don't know how, but I don't believe they have, but welcome. Aurum Esports getting tossed in there, and I wonder who we have left. What a big old question mark and a mystery this one is. You never would have guessed it. It's Undead Gaming. Arising at the very end of the draw. There we go. Getting slotted in. Alright. Alright. Folks, we have concluded. So we have 3 spots we're waiting on right now. Again, those should be ironed out, if not tonight, into tomorrow for the last groups here for you guys. But we'll go through the groups here real quick, shall we? We got Group A. Fostering these 8 teams will be Old Family Esports, Amplify Pittsburgh, Infurious Fanatical White, 001, Neot, Eclipse, and Royal Army getting tossed in there into Group A. Good luck, have fun. Group B will be Heavy Hitters, Atlantis Esports, Cranium GG, Sin Gaming, Blue Eaters United, Tempted Esports, Green Bay Goblins, and Verify Gaming. Going into Group C, 144 Gaming, Remorse Gaming, Unarmed Gaming, Red, Cerberus Esports, WNDR, Phantom Chaos, Galaxy Academy Prowess White. Group D will be Noisy Esports, Overtake, Could Have Been Records, Equip Gaming, Flow, Torn Old Heads, Slain Academy, Shadowpoint GG. Group E will be Requiem, Apollo Esports, 07 Onyx, Outbreak Gaming Blue, Houston Academy Red, Fanatical Black, Slain Sticky Ones. Group F will be Unarmed Gaming, Division 0 Tricksters, Zoned Out Gaming Purple, Ozempic and Friends, KK Black, Womp, Unreal Nightmare Academy. That one, you do get your second place team in that group from last season at least. Into Group G will be Noisy GG, Grand Rapids Ice, Endeavor, No Style Esports, Hype Squad, Blitzkrieg, Battalion, Brigade, Outgoing Esports Black, In Control. Group H will be Equip U18, Omit Brooklyn Academy, Team Esoteric, Mav Sin Red, Godslayers Black, Ren Gaming, Synergy White, Aurum Esports. And in that group, you do have not quite the same org, but in terms of the roster, basically your first place from last season. So that one is an interesting one to be in. Group I will be WBZ Bound, Tempted Esports Black, and A Shooters, Unarmed Gaming White. Ren Rebellion, Torn Esports, Lucid Empire, Undead Gaming, filling out Group I. And then moving on to Group J, where we will have one fill at the end, to be decided. But 7 teams out of 8 so far will be Synergy Black, KDOZ, Amplify Philly, Ranked Play Kids, Team Reaction, Skyfox Studio, Panthers Esports Club. Group K, again, 7 out of the to be decided 8 teams will be Classified Gaming, 7DS Bears, NA Shooters, News Channel, Reactor 9 Esports, F5 Esports, and Accession Esports. Accession Esports basically fostering the top 4 roster from last season. Above all, we'll be starting off Group L, followed by Bash Esports, 144 Gaming, Diversity, Outbreak Gaming, Eco Squad, and KK Purple. There will be a to-be-decided 8th team that would get slotted in there. And then the other note will be Apollo Esports in Group E being the 3rd place squad. So, those are kind of where the top teams from last season stand. That's where your groups are. That's what we're looking at for the season. In terms of groups, it's really honestly those top teams that are in those groups. Those are probably the scariest ones in my opinion. I really don't know enough about all these squads to be like that one's going to be a bloodbath. But certainly some other teams to note, or at least I would note, would probably be above all here. Tempted Esports, in my opinion, the main one, and probably Black, though I don't remember which one is which. I don't really know if there's any other big teams that kind of catch my eye off the bat here. Yeah, I don't really know. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, Unreal Nightmare Academy, obviously. I'd say some of the other ones kind of newer. I think Noisy Esports has had a decent performance last season. Again, kind of cut short with SGP last season for both their squads. I think sort of squandering a little bit of some potential deep runs from them, but I think they have some potential. I think it's either Slain or Galaxy. I forget which one. One of them has a good U18 squad that I think can go a fair ways as well. And that's going to be it for me. I mean, honestly, again, this is just from an initial perspective. We'll see how things fare, as always. We got the schedule and games to be played. So with that, we'll be moving on to the schedules and the way the league functions. So we'll be having some fun times there. All right. So we'll go over the Discord first here real quick. All right. So for the Discord, we got some fun stuff going on here. The main things that you guys are going to be needing to be aware of will be the League Hub here. League Hub right here. That being said, we'll have the season info. This will be kind of your main hub for most of the quick links, any questions, stuff like that. I would probably go here first, in my humble opinion. Actually, I'll get rid of playoffs here because all of our stuff will be here. With this, we got a playout prize pool, $2,500 this season. Top 3 will be taking a cut of that. Roster lock will be on the 23rd. This is going to be the full roster lock this season. After that point, into playoffs, no roster changes. So otherwise, you're pretty much free to change rosters and make roster changes whenever, for the most part. Season schedule. This is the timeline of the games and the playoff rounds. So again, for those of you who for some reason get caught off guard, even though it's posted here and everywhere else that you can see the games and schedules, I don't know what to tell you. But it's going to be here. Games 1 and 2 will be starting tomorrow, technically, on the 26th. And you have until the 1st of February to play that. And then we move on to the next set. The last game. And then into playoffs we go. Anyway, after that will be the league sheet. That's just the Google Doc here that we have. I'll be going into more detail about this in just a moment. But this will be your information for your teams, your games, and your standings. And a few other stuff. I strongly recommend, nay demand, that teams and players get their team role realistically, you only need the captain to do it, or an org rep or something like that. Someone should be informed, but get your team role. This helps for opening up tickets, so if there's a match dispute or something like that, we can easily add on the team role and then get you all talking and sorted. So do that. You do need to have the Call of Duty role first, so get that via the server roles, and then you should be able to get your teams. That role, the Call of Duty role, also should unlock these other chats here. Caster info, this is our official list of approved XP casters. We'll be doing streams here on the XP channel as well. Certainly having some sponsors and such helps with that, but we'll be getting that sorted. But this is the information for them and such like that. If you're requesting a caster, post it in here. I'll probably be posting when we can get games on the XP channel as well, so keep an eye on this channel. Also use it to try and get other casters and such like that. In terms of logistical stuff that you guys need to do, results kind of, for the most part, self-explanatory. I will be posting a format for you guys, so it'll be looking something like this guy here, where you post the round and such, or the game or whatever, and then the results. Just tag the teams, put in the results, and then we'll mark that on the Google Doc. Same thing goes with rosters as well. There'll be a little format as well. And then you just let us know what's going on with the roster changes. Again, I'll be posting a format later here as well. Same thing goes with match schedule. When you post a match, this is kind of what we have consider for the most part the official match time. So for the veto thing that I mentioned earlier, stuff like that, this is kind of the deadline to do those vetoes. Basically, is once you post it here, then we'll mark it in the Google Doc, and we consider it sort of at that point the official match time. Again, pending some leniency in terms of like if there was like a rushed post for this or something like that, you would have to have some proof for that. But for the most part, we will consider this the match date and time. We also have stats as well. Unfortunately, Black Ops 6 is not the greatest for that. So realistically, we're just going to be doing the modes, the map, and the score line of the series. We don't have player stats this season again, unfortunately. Again, mainly because we don't have a caster for every game, and I can't really say that we're going to have a caster for a majority of the games. It doesn't make sense in my opinion right now. Of course, if things change, we can look into that, but for right now, we have this. But doing that, you do get some nice insights into your own team's performance and metrics. I know some teams take their own stats, but if you kind of wanted free stats, especially against some of the teams that you play here, it is an option. It's free to all teams to do that. But anyway, into this bit here, you see you have your teams, you have your information. So this will be for what teams, what to look for. You have the team Twitter, contact Discord, contact Twitter. So when you ask me who is the captain of X team, literally just go here and it'll be listed here. This is what we consider their official contacts. And their official roster will be here as well in terms of Activision, so you can compare stuff. Games will all be posted here. I'll clear this as well, but you have your games already set for the season. They're already predetermined. It's magic. It's wonderful. It's great. But you have your game, your dates here, and then who you're playing. And once we get through the season, we'll be typing in the results as needed. And then along with the match time here, we'll post that here too. But everything's here for your information for the games and who you play. Standings will be here. Right now, this is not the official record. We'll be changing this, but for the most part, everything will be here in terms of standings. So once we add in the game section, it gets automatically updated. So this is almost real time. Not quite technically because there's some manual inputs, but almost real time for the most part. And then this is also going to be the playoffs as well. This is kind of what a rough idea of playoffs are. If you're in the bottom, there's some time for some wiggle room based on last second results and such like that. But for the most part, this will give you a good indication of the playoffs. The actual playoff bracket will be over here. Once this goes live, things are locked in. That's what we're rolling with. There's a button on my end to hit to tell it to go live, but this will be blank up until we get playoffs. But once we get playoff rollings, this is going to be where the matches are. This is where the scores are reported. Good. Glad we got that out of the way. Other than that, again, for stats, if you input them, we have a nice little leaderboard over here. It's fun stuff. You get our general records of how you're doing in modes. You get your average point margins, stuff like that. This is the leaderboard itself for that, but you get a full in-depth list of stats. Again, I highly encourage it. It's free for you guys. if we can do a giveaway or some other promotional stuff for this, that'll be fine. We post weekly stats as well on the board from last season. But you get in-depths of how you guys are doing in the game. So, you get your map win percentage, you get your average margin, if you're up, if you're losing, how much are you losing by. Certainly, again, per map stuff. So this is a good resource for those teams who maybe don't have a stat tracker and stuff like that. This is a good resource for the league, at least. This will run from groups into playoffs as well. And I don't really know if there's anything else to be going over. I don't know if anyone has anything else they may want to add. Let me check my notes here. Wheel spin info. Oh, yes, that's right. One other thing is in the Discord. If you have an issue or you have a question, really anything, just go to the ticket section here under tickets and then submit an appropriate title for that so we can know what kind of general type of issue it is. But if you have a match dispute, scheduling issue, you have a money request, do that all through the tickets. Any other questions, do that here. Also, if you have a logo submission for the season, do the logo submission button, and then we can upload a logo to the Google Doc and for other promotional XP stuff. But everything will go through tickets. This is our official channel. If you DM me, I may respond, but generally speaking, what I say is not going to be an official ruling. Sometimes I do miss DMs. Sometimes I'm not the fastest them, though I mostly am for those of you who DM me, but sometimes they do get lost or whatnot. So always open up a ticket. That is the official timeline of when things start, and other things in terms of like the league operation, stuff like that, disputes stuff. Always going to be through tickets. It's pronounced Epic Gaming, not Equip Gaming. Okay, sure. I'll be sure to remember that. I'll try my best to remember that. But we'll keep a note of that, or I'll keep a note of that as well for future stuff. Good to know. But on that, keep an eye on the season announcements. So we'll do updates and other stuff in the season info channel. Again, all those are linked. Yeah, I mean, if you have the team logos link here, so this will also go to for when you submit a logo for the season, for what orgs we have, for anyone who's doing promotional posts for their org and stuff like that. We have all the logos in a Google folder here where you can get those as well. But now at this point, we'll really kind of turn it into a little bit of a Q&A. If there's any other questions, comments, notes, concerns, stuff like that, now's the time to let us know. Otherwise, I'll be posting some stuff in a bit here in the Discord about a little bit going over kind of what I've said here, but more in an official manner to everyone. But any questions you wanna voice out now, anything like that, the process, ruling stuff, anything like that. Now's the time. I love Trig. Well, it's more of a statement than it is a question, but very much appreciated. I'll take it. Where's R9? That's a good question. Where is R9? That, oof. Play a nice game of Where's Waldo on that one. I honestly don't. Oh, I think they got posted in the bottom here. I don't know. One of these groups. Someone with better eyes can do that. No. Group K. I thought it was that. Why am I... Oh, there it is. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Okay, yeah. Well, Seymour, you missed quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie about that. We've pretty much gone through everything: the league operations, a couple community feedback notes, and then also the pool draw. But I'll be posting this VOD hopefully on YouTube as well. But for those of you who are veterans of the league, returning teams, stuff like that, returning players, again, pretty much realistically nothing has changed since the last season, and certainly since the last couple seasons as a whole, nothing's really been drastic other than just increasing the team numbers. But that's about it. I don't know if there's any other questions, anything specific, stuff like that. Again, feel free to open some tickets if you have more pressing things that need to be answered that way. We'll give this until, I don't know, we'll give this another minute or so. Give this another minute. It's been live for almost an hour and 20 minutes, so. I probably missed something too, to be honest with you guys. I probably have. All right, well, we were kind of vibing today, but I guess there's nothing else. No other questions. I'm definitely not going to get any DMs or questions in the Discord at all. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that no one will have any other questions or any other issues. Where is Phantom Cast? Well, there's Stirring Chaos somewhere. The specifics of that will be Group C, apparently. But again, the league sheet as well is posted in the Discord as well on the chat. I don't know if anyone's looking at it now. We can take a quick look at that. We've got a couple people looking at it. That's going to be in the season info tab. Also, let me also delete this as well. Get that out of the way in the Discord. All right. Well, I think I'm going to be calling it. Any other questions? Open up a ticket, post in the Discord. We'll kind of answer you there. By this point, that is it for me for tonight. Good luck, everybody. Have some fun. There's 96 teams this season, all going at it. 12 groups of 8 teams this season. It is going to be a blast. Unfortunately, not everyone's going to be a winner, but hey, fun games nonetheless. Good luck to all. Let's have some fun. And make sure to hit the follow button as well, because again, we'll be streaming hopefully a lot more on the XP League Twitch. Certainly, again, some stuff for me. Maybe we'll get some other casters in here as well. Should be a fun time with that. But good luck. Have fun. We'll catch you all next time.